Hey look, Madhouse just released a new season of an anime whose name starts with no and ends with life. Could it be Must Season 2? Just kidding, No Game No Life is never getting a second season because the author is a dumb crook who thought he could get away with tracing, and instead we got a steampunk noir show. But is this other No Life show better than the last one? No Life? Is that supposed to say something about the audience? Betsy. First, as you can tell already, this show really tries to stand out, if you couldn't tell from the main character with a gun for a head. I think that's just really random and superficial though. The usual formula for anime these days, such as having slime main characters or one-punching villains. I wish anime nowadays can try to make things more unique in other ways other than cover again. At the very least, the main character's gun head fits the premise well, which is another thing this series tries to stand out in. But it's not such a bad premise. Basically, certain people in this society acquire some mechanical parts as extensions to themselves, aptly named extendeds. It's a good concept for each character to have their own unique powers for an action show, and also leading to many world-building potential too. However, here's the problem, this show goes way overboard with the world building. We get dumped a whole lot of foreign information right at the start. The first 2 episodes, from extended lore over extended lore, some second brain installed inside extendeds, some sickness about that second brain or something, some war that happened way back in the past. I mean, if I try, I can manage to follow these things, but can just get really tiring. It's like if you just dump a newbie player right into the final boss of an RPG with some complex abilities and already expect them to understand how all of them work. It's better to go step by step, introduce these things one at a time so people can become familiar with some concepts before moving on to others. If you look past the rapid pace of the world building, however, the way they were delivered is alright. I like how some of these concepts are delivered through a story relating to the characters. Like in episode 2 where the gunhead main character Juzo can't find a cigarette brand he wants, and turns out the villains monopolized them because they believed it was a remedy for his second brain problem. That allowed us to see how the second brain sickness thing can relate if it was in our world. Also, the theme of that episode was alright too, how it turned out Juzo smoked those cigarettes just because he likes it and not because it's some remedy. Nothing too special, but it's alright. Like, it's nothing too special from the hundreds of manga I read, but yeah, you know. Also, that Harmony chip was involved in Tetsuro's dramatic story of not wanting to be a tool, and speaking of which, that's something good about the 3rd and 4th episodes. I've seen stories where characters have angst about being a tool before, but here Tetsuro was also controlling Juzo and needed to reflect on his actions as being hypocritical, which is an interesting way to play with the theme. I think the characters are passable. There are some generic asshole antagonists here and there, although the main characters are interesting enough. Apart from having a gun for a head, Juzo is much like those hardboiled detectives in those noir shows, except he also gets really embarrassed, like when that lady kissed him at the start. Kind of like a hybrid between both Western and anime conventions, and I like it. He's also got some kind of past as a soldier and became a resolver to help with extended problems for some reason. I think the series is supposed to give more flashbacks to explain at some point, but it's taking its sweet ass time. Tetsuro is the one drowning in all the drama all the time, and I like the drama, but outside of that, he's not much personality wise. But at least he's fairly cute. Another cute character is Mary, the female lead, and a kind of mechanic for specializing in extended stuff. She hasn't been in any major plot so far, but her interactions with Juzo have been fairly fun. Now, the series is also quite focused on action, so I think it needs mention. And to be honest, I think the resolutions of conflicts are way too simple. Many times Juzo just gets a power boost and overpowers the antagonist, one involving the gun on his head, which is quite disappointing when a fight's been pretty dragged out, like in episode 4. Tetsuro's ability is pretty OP since everyone uses machinery for extended parts and he can control any of them if he has enough strength. Aside from the action, there's also the way Juzo tends to conveniently come up with the right answers, like when going up against that nun who's not really a legit nun, and Juzo figured out she's not really a legit nun because she didn't look away from his gun head. What law of nature states that nuns will always look away from someone with a gun head? What if she was just weird? What if there are a lot of weird ones? Maybe this is just a problem with noir detectives in general, but it seemed like Juzo was just luckily judgmental rather than actually making logical deductions. So those are my thoughts on the first 4 episodes of No Guns Live. Something I picked up to give seasonal anime a try again lately, and it was better than I expected. Would I actually continue it though? I don't think so. I wouldn't say it's really bad, the characters are alright, however it's just weak in too many other areas to be really great, and I have so many other things I plan to watch and read right now. Who knows though, I may return to No Guns Live if I run out. Speaking of other things to watch and read, I still have some more first impression videos planned for other series, particularly anime and manga. I hope you can enjoy them and learn more about the world of anime and manga with me. As with this video, I hope you all enjoyed my talk of No Guns Live. Do you agree with me though? Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want to